Welcome to part 4 lighting. Irony being, I've just had to turn my lights on because it's getting a bit dark. So anyway, what I want to do is to set up my lights, but before I do that, I'd like to go into some production work, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Hold up, I'll load up something quickly. Explain while I'm doing this quickly. What you want to do while you're shooting your footage, if you can, this is why big Hollywood blockbusters have visual effects supervisors on set, so that they give feedback to people who are doing this sort of thing. So what they do is they feedback lighting and stuff like that, so you can fit the exact lighting you want in this scene. So as you can see here, this scene is pretty well lit. As we can see here, we have a light here, and this light coming in from the door. What you can't see is this was filmed at a corner where we have a room this side. Oh, you probably can't see the mouse. Behind us where we're filming, we have a room which the lights were on, and we have the corridor that goes on the other direction where there's light coming from it as well. I know that because I was there on the day I was filming it, because I had to do the voice of the raptor, direct everyone and all that cool stuff. So I have a mental reference of where the light was in this scene. Now if you're doing this sort of thing, it would be handy for you to be on set to record where the light is and everything. I don't have any plans or anything, but I still know where the light is because I've done this before. So now that we know exactly what we're doing, we want to reference the actual light that was in the scene. So to do that, we want to go to top view, add a lamp. Why aren't you letting me? Oh, sorry, I'm in pose mode. I want to be in object mode. Add a lamp. There we go. And add a sun. No, I don't. Sorry, I'm talking gibberish. I want to add in a point. What I want to do here is I want to position it above the raptor, about roof height. Yeah, that's about roof height. Oh, one other thing we want to do before going into this, I want to go over here to world, and this sort of thing helps with the lighting but doesn't affect it greatly. What I want to do is turn off environment lighting, because this is a pretty good, pretty controlled lighting environment, so I shouldn't have any light coming from anywhere else apart from this back door. Shouldn't affect the dinosaur too much, not as much as this light is anyway. I do want to turn on ambient occlusion and click on multiply instead of add. So that's that. So to close that, just kicking it out of the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this lamp to be an energy of 1. I might turn it back to sun actually, sorry. Okay, turn this back to 1. Light's probably about there. So I'm going to go to top view. I'm going to duplicate this by pressing Shift D. Put it over here to represent the light coming from the corridor, the other side of the corridor. I'm going to set this to about 0.75. That's that nicely. And the light coming from the room behind us, I'm going to put over here, and I'm going to put in about 0.5. So now I have all that, I'm going to go to the camera, click on texture just to have a rough idea of what the light's doing. doesn't look too good. Let's get it rendered quickly. Okay. That looks hideous. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on environment lighting again. But this time I'm going to put it about 0.05. No, don't look at that anymore. I want to go to render this time because there we go. No, that still doesn't look quite right. I'm going to turn off environment lighting quickly. Second. Try turning off ambient occlusion. Sorry. Which doesn't make any difference at all. Try setting this to add instead. It's that. Okay. I suppose this is a good thing for you watching because you can learn from my mistakes and sort of come to your conclusion of what to do and stuff. But for the time being, I might consider pulling my hair out. Okay, so, I wonder how if I try to put these back to points again. So I'm just experimenting here for a second, because if I put a link in the description, you can see just how well my scene is lit when I actually did do it. Not how, I'm just going to load it up now. Environment, Raptor shots. Say like there we go. Like this, for example. As you can see, this scene is well lit. Well, the Raptor is well lit. It's lit according to the scene. So I'm trying to recreate this at the moment, but at the moment the Blender is not letting me, which is a bastard. Not gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna set. Where's the light? There it is. I'm gonna set this to a sun. I'm gonna move this back a bit. Sugar, no, go back. Go back. Sorry, Keith. I should really turn these off, but turn off the keyframes before you add in the lights, because you're gonna have this problem as well. See, this is where something like cycles comes in handy. Because actually, wait, if I go camera view, rendered, and sorry, go turn off ambient occlusion. Why is that? Nope, forget that. I just go to Blender render. I have to put up this horrible looking thing. Don't use nodes. Never mind about all that. That's I'll get into that later. For the time being, I would like to know how the hell I'm going to fix this problem. So render that quickly. Move him in a bit closer. So double check, make sure that's lined up the scene nicely. Oops, size. Not. I don't know what else to suggest. Indirect lighting, try that. Along with ambient occlusion. It's working better. Direct lighting, try. Passes. So what this does practically is it tries to replicate what Cycles does, only it shouldn't take as long. Which is where it sets up it sets up cycles of light passes, so it should look a bit more realistic. So as we see, our shadows don't look as harsh as they did, so it's good. But because these shadows over here, it still looks quite fake. Sorry, while I'm doing camera settings. No, don't mist. Get rid of cycles now. So turn on environment lighting again, just set it to really, really little. Try this. It's going to take a while because I've just turned on the ambient occlusion and the Cycles replica and all that. Okay, that will do. But you know as well as I do now that it has certainly turned out better than it has at the moment. I'm just going to leave it at that for the sake of this tutorial. But just to show you, I have done it better, I just don't know what's going on with Blender at the moment. Might be because it's a newer version being awkward. So I'm going to leave that and go to part 5, compositing.